But then as we say something about someone that look African, you hooping and hollering. You hooping and hollering like you at a funeral. See, the problem is you cry a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. Black people cry a lot. You cry a lot, but you don't fix yourself a lot. You cry a lot about a lot of stuff, but you don't fix yourself. You don't. Soon as somebody say something, you cry. He said this, he said that. Well, won't you look at won't you look at your community? It's not far fetched. It's not far fetched. The rejection, the hate, the wars, the conflicts. It's not far fetched to have problems among each other. Okay, let's be real. Let's be men and women about it. Because I know all types of stories where light skinned women had problems with their sisters. They had problems in school. They had problems throughout life because of their complexion with other dark skinned women and black women in general. See, white men don't know this because you ain't got no black women around to tell you this. You don't know this. You don't have light skinned women pillow talking telling you about this. They don't tell you that they had problems with dark skinned women when they went to high school. They were mistreated just because they were a lighter complexion. You don't know about how deep this goes. It goes to rejection. It goes to a lot of people having sex with their men just to prove that they can have sex with the same man. It's to altercations, all types of altercations, all types of bitterness and hate and rejection that they've received just because they light skinned. You are not aware of these things that have hurt people all the way. Light skinned women are hurt now to the root, to the bottom of their soul. They hurt because they were light skinned and they had a bad experience in the African American community. And look, man, you say I'm you. Let me tell you something, man. Don't flatter yourself. And look, I have to address this. This is besides being African. This is dealing with rank and everything like that. Let me help you understand something. I'm loyal to the first generations of African American. The stuff that y'all own these days, I don't have to be loyal to. I don't have to be loyal to gang banging. I don't have to be loyal to crack selling. I don't have to be loyal to none of that foolishness y'all about. You understand me? I'm still black. See, what we have to make people understand is, what we have to let the generations that exist now know is you don't have to be part of that to be black. You don't have to be part of gang banging, crack selling, rap. You don't have to listen to rap to be black. Accept the rejection. If you like something else, accept the rejection. You don't have to even watch black TV. You don't have to be a part of that to be African. This is why we keep producing the same thing. This is why we don't have Jimi Hendrix anymore. That's why we don't have black kids playing the guitar, because there's a pressure to be hip hop. There's a pressure to be hip hop as to say I'm black because I'm hip hop and I listen to this. You can still be black. You might need to go over there to be an ambassador and representative of what black people is over there so you can affect the culture over there. But you're scared of rejection, and you should be. Because there's people that say if you don't look like this, you don't act like that, you're not black, and maybe something's wrong with you. Oh, come on, they insinuated. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I just don't connect to the foolishness that you currently connect to. Now, do I listen to hip hop? Do I listen to some people that are really black? Do I listen to some people that are really from black communities that really are black for real, for real? Yes, but I don't overall have to connect to the impurities, which are a lot more than you want to accept, a higher percentage than you want to accept. There's some stuff that's in black culture, a lot of it that Africans shouldn't even be embracing. And you don't want to accept this. You take it all in. You try to make it work for what it is. And some people don't do that. Some people hear it and they don't want nothing to do with it. While you think you have to be a part of that to be black. That's what I'm saying. So when you say I'm you, Okay, check yourself. Because if you're talking about rank, if you're talking about certain things, this is how we get disrespect. Because you think you're where I'm at. You're not realizing I'm higher ranking than you are. What black people don't understand is there's a difference between the streets and there's a difference between spiritual leaders and prophets like me. I'm not a part of the streets. First thing you want to do is initiate me into the streets or initiate me into street culture or people that are of street culture. I don't need street culture. See, I evolved. I did what Tupac was about to do. I evolved from the streets. I came in, I came out. Tupac didn't make it out. I did. You know what I'm saying? I evolved past the streets. Now that's why you don't understand why I talk a language and I can speak it, but then I'm not of it because I came out of it. I evolved past it. You're supposed to, because everybody in the streets say this and they say it all the time. You hear it a million times. I don't want to be a part of that. I want to get out the game. I want to get on the other side of the game. I want to be, I'm not trying to live in the hood. You know, some people are infatuated with that. I'm not infatuated with it. You can keep the hood. I want jacuzzis and a house in the hills. That's what I want. You can have all the hood credibility. You knock yourself out. You can be the hood. You can be the hood superstar, the ghetto superstar. You can be that. I want to be in the hills, in a jacuzzi, relaxing. Away from foolishness, away from hood politics and street politics. See, a lot of y'all take in the black community, you take the Lauryn Hill Ready or Not song too seriously. Can't hide from the block. Nah. You shouldn't even be chasing behind nobody. You shouldn't even, look, the streets, watch yourself. You don't need to be watching anybody. I don't care if the streets watching. You know what the streets ain't been watching? 44 states marrying children. Why all you say the streets is watching, you take the Jay-Z song too seriously too, the streets is watching. Well, the streets haven't been watching 44 states marry children. The streets have not been watching the age of consent under 18 in 40 states. The streets have not been watching July 1st, 2019, under the Trump administration. A law was passed that allows adults to marry children at any age. I don't care how you look at it. Those are laws against children. Those are laws that adults are having sex with children in. That's the bottom line. You can't beat that. I told you couldn't get past it when it's an official law. How you gonna get past that? So while y'all street people and your hood politics is watching everything, you ain't watching your own. You ain't watching the powers that threaten your community, your blocks. Yeah, you can follow me around all you want, trying to do what the Lauryn Hill song says, looking corny, talking about can't hide from the block. No. I know how you think. I can hide from the block. You know who hides me from the block? The shadow of the Almighty hides me from the block. The power of God hides me from the block. That's what I'm saying. You need to stop following people that you are not. You are not Lauryn Hill. You're not righteous, you're not on those righteous levels that you think you are. Okay, you're the audience. Remember that. Now you can cross over and become the righteous. You can cross over and become Zion, but you're not really Zion like that. I'm gonna tell you why you're not. Because you haven't evolved at this point to start having a real committee, if you will, that talks out against gang violence and black on black crime. You haven't evolved yet. You have not evolved yet. You have not evolved to see that you're not going to be a sellout with preserving your people. You're still at the bay. You like that song? Sitting at the dock of the bay. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That's where you at. You're still at the bay while I'm out here in the ocean. I'm out here in the water where there is no land around. That's how far I'm out there. That's what I'm saying. Don't compare yourself to something that you're not. It's not fair. It's not fair to you or to anyone that's done paid prices that you ain't paying. Yeah, I'm up here fasting and seeking the Lord. You're not doing that. Man, ain't none of y'all doing that. That's the bottom line. Ain't none of y'all doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I like when you compare yourself to me, you stop me completely in my tracks. I'm like, hold up, bruh. You know the prices I paid? You do not, do you? You do not know. So don't compare yourself to me. It's not being arrogant. It's talking about positions. It's positions. It's positions. People say it's levels to this. It's positions in this too. It's positions. And you're not in this position. Okay? And when you say you're me, specifically me, and you're not in this position, I take offense to that. Because I know you ain't paid no prices. Yeah, that's offensive. It's offensive to me. You sitting up like you could just be me without any work. You can just be me without paying any price. You could be me just without talking about the government. You can be me without talking about the African American community because you scared of rejection. You could be me without talking about these white folks and what they doing. You could be me without doing all of that. Then why I gotta do it then? If you on my level, why do I gotta do this then? I could just do what you do. Smoke, hang out, party and BS, like Biggie said. I can party and BS if you know, if we all the same. Yeah, we're not all the same, man. You know what I'm saying? And when people realize that, you'll realize and respect people for who they are. You're not respecting me for who I am because you think you're me. You're not. If you're not doing what I do, how are we the same? That's why we have to understand something. There's quality and there's high quality people and there's low quality people. Am I better than you as a human? No, I am not. But I am higher quality than many of you. And here's the thing. Being high quality is a choice. It's your choice. If you want to be a bum, you want to be low quality, you made the choice to be a bum and low quality. If you want to be high ranking, you want to be spiritual, you want to be your best in life, you have to make the choice. So when we come and we clash and we collide and we go into these situations, you know, you have people that sit back and think you're better. I am better. If I'm high quality, that means I am better than low quality, right or wrong. If you have gold is better than copper, right? I don't care how you slice copper. I don't care what you do with it. I don't care how you do it. Gold is just better. It's just a better metal than copper. So it's just a matter of realizing value. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit up and use that we all the same. No, we're not. And we're not all the same quality. If we were all the same quality, the community would be in a better shape. You choose not to be high quality and you try to pull people down that are high quality. And that's why you're dying right now. Because as I speak, there are people that you think me and you are the same. You think you have the right to be in my life and you don't. Because you are not even worthy to be here. You're not even worthy to try to tell me who I am. You're not even worthy to correct me. You're not even worthy to check me out. So you got that from some little foolishness on the streets. I'm telling you as a righteous person, you don't even have the right to try to check me out. You are not high ranking enough. You're not righteous enough. You're not spiritual enough. The Bible says the spiritual shall judge. Go check it out. Go Google it. Go Google it. It's in the King James Version of the Bible. The spiritual shall judge. So why you all people think I'm pointing my finger? No, I'm not pointing my finger. I'm judging things for what they are. I'm not condemning. I'm judging things for what they are. It's a difference between judging as condemnation and judging things accurately. You're not able to do that if you're not spiritual. That's why the Bible says the spiritual shall judge. Because we're able to see things accurately while you carnal people, while you people that are subdued in the human experience, you can't see nothing. Well, if you could see everything, why your community is in the shape it's in now? Explain it to me. Make it make sense. Because your community is in shambles while you think you have the right to see me. How does that work? How does that work like that? You have the right to see me, but y'all in shambles as a community. You can't stop the gang violence. You can't stop the gang banging. You can't stop people from killing kids. Babies too, literal babies, infants. You can't stop it. It's like a killing machine. While you sitting up here trying to see me, it's too much of a contradiction. I don't see how you live with yourself. I don't see how you esteem yourself as being righteous or of high quality, of caliber. I don't see how you see yourself as thorough when you're not thorough towards your own people. Let's talk about it. All these people running around talking about they thorough. Well, you ain't telling the thorough truth. You ain't telling the thorough truth about this situation out here, this crisis that's been going on forever, where Africans have turned on themselves, start killing themselves. Yeah, you got desensitized, and I didn't. That's what happened. You got desensitized towards black on black crime, and some people didn't. Yeah, you hear it so much. You hear it so much going on. You desensitized to it. You know why you're desensitized to it? Because when you first start hearing about it, you didn't move to action. So your complacency or your lack of action moved you into being desensitized. Yeah, you ain't doing it. You ain't saying nothing about it. You just hear it and you ain't doing nothing. Now you're desensitized. Look up the word desensitized for some people that don't know what it means. You have become desensitized to black on black crime. But you're trying to be sensitive to everything I say and do. Nah, it don't work like that, buddy. It don't work like that. I'm telling you, with the real righteous, not the paraphernalia of righteousness, not the burning incense and playing the reggae music and all of that. And no disrespect to Jamaicans, but that's what a lot of African Americans want to do. You know, you want to think you're elevating by playing reggae music and incense and, smoking your weed, talking deep, talking about things that's going on in the community, but you're not talking about how desensitized the African American community is towards its own deaths at the hands of each other. Yes, I don't want all that paraphernalia and all that foolishness, man. Like, man, keep that away from me, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you think that you're somewhere that you're not. You think you're the righteous and you're not the righteous. The righteous would refuse to stay silent when their own people are dying at their own hands. So yeah, some people are better than other people. Is Bob Marley greater than the person that killed Nipsey Hussle? Is he better? Eric Holder was his name, that killed Nipsey Hussle. Now, who's better, Bob Marley or Eric Holder? As far as quality goes, Bob Marley is better. In fact, who is better, Nipsey Hussle or Eric Holder? Nipsey Hussle is better. He was higher quality. He was higher quality. You know what I mean? And we sit back and we want to make people feel better about themselves. Nah, you need to get yourself together so you can be better. Because when you're better, you will be esteemed as better than others. When you are better and you work on yourself, you will be esteemed among those who are better. But you don't just get it from me just because you human or black. I don't care. If you a bum, you a bum. And when I say a bum, I don't mean homeless people. Give me right. Give me right. I'm not that foolish to make that kind of mistake. I'm not. If you think that's what it is, then you're not as smart as you thought you was. When I say bum, Donald Trump is a bum. You know what I'm saying? That's a bum. When I say bum, it's based on your character. It's based on your morals or lack of morals. It's based on your lack of morals. When I call you a bum, it's your lack of morals, man. Your own mom will call you a bum. You're stealing stuff from people in your building. Your mom get on the phone and say, Johnny, you're becoming a bum. You're stealing from people in your own building. I didn't raise you to be like that. You're becoming a bum. Your own mom will tell you you're a bum. You're stealing from people in your building. You're stealing when you don't have to steal. That's bums. That's low quality people that are not comparable to me. Because at the end of the day, I'm a hustler. I'd rather hustle than steal stuff. I'd rather hustle than steal any day of the week. If I can find a hustle, I'd rather do that than steal. I'm not a thief like that. I'd rather hustle. That's me. So I don't respect people that just take something for someone else and you can go out here and hustle and get it yourself. Yeah, I don't respect that. That ain't no thug to me. You a bum. You know, if this society has made you a bum, say it for what it is. At least say it like that. Well, this American poverty and all that made me a bum. I do what I gotta do. But do not act like you're comparable to the likes of people like me. Don't act like you're not comparable. You know what I mean? And I showed you how some people got money, but they're bums. And then if you want to take it to the spiritual level, then, you got some people that, are bums because they're not spiritual. The Bible, in so many words, says that without God, you're a bum. Basically. That's why some people like me get esteemed as high ranking. They get esteemed the way they do. Then you got people that's rich and say, well, how is that happening? He's broke. Because you're a bum spiritually. You're a spiritual bum. No one gets anything from you. No one learns anything from you. You got 44 states married children, and you're rich though. So I'm coming and providing wealth of knowledge, wealth of wisdom and information, and you're not doing that. And so you don't rank as high as me. That's why you have people like MLK and Malcolm X. They wasn't rich. MLK didn't have money. Malcolm X was not a millionaire, a billionaire, but you esteem him above all of these millionaires, right or wrong. You esteem Malcolm X as more valuable than all these rich rappers and rich singers and rich entertainers and actresses and actors, right? You esteem Malcolm X as more valuable, right? More high caliber, right? Because he did more in actuality for your community. He said more that was beneficial for your community. Everybody else is out for self. Those are spiritual bums. Now, I'm not going to say it because it's not wisdom to continue to repeat it and continue to say it, but I got to set ranks for what it is at this right here. Right here today, when I'm saying to you, I'm setting the spiritual ranks. I'm setting the ranks. Like I told you before, we are at the top of the food chain. Spiritual people like Malcolm X are at the top of the food chain. That's why they killed him, because he was at the top. That's why they killed MLK, Martin Luther King Jr., because he was at the top of the food chain. Well, if he was a bum, he wouldn't have been dead. Let's keep it 100. If he would have settled for being what white America want him to be, uneducated about America, uneducated about what's going on, uneducated about the African man and woman and children, uneducated about it, right? Oh, he ain't gonna die. He's okay. But as soon as he came and rose up and evolved and came to the top of the food chain by being a wealth of information and awareness and knowledge, then he became a threat because he was at the top of the food chain. And they didn't want no, and honestly, at that time, they didn't want no African American at the top of the food chain. That's been the problem the whole time. The whole problem has been, why is the African American allowed to be at the top of the food chain? That's been the whole problem. They can't accept the African American being at the top of the food chain. They can't accept it. They can't accept it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to learn what's going on, understand it for what it is, see it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody shouldn't be waltzing into the same level of quality. And when you see somebody as quality, see, the mistake is you want to put them through a test. If it's not broke, don't fix it. If I'm not broke, don't try to fix me. I'm not broke. I'm not broken. You don't need to fix on me. You don't need to bring no mechanics, no social mechanics, no political mechanics, no military mechanics, no spiritual mechanics. You don't need to bring no mechanics around me. Because at the end of the day, your community has not have arrived to the point of what information I've come to. Oh yeah, I'm gonna talk about it because see, if it was you, you would do the same thing because it would be self-awareness. That part. Let me let that resonate. It would be self-awareness of how you have evolved and how you have become aware of something that the whole country has not become aware of. That becomes a part of my self-awareness as well. It's not arrogance, it's being aware. It's not being prideful, it's being aware. And to be honest with you, especially in the African American community, you've been bearing all kind of braggadocious people all this whole time. Man, they bragging all on rap. We go to Mars, we go to Pluto. You know, and I'm not knocking anybody when I say that specifically. We got this, we got that, you know, I'm this, that, I walk on water, all that. You've been bearing all of that. And you've been thinking it's cool. But when somebody come around and actually do big boy things on a big boy level, now you're saying he arrogant when he start talking about it in this context. You've been taking it for the rappers. You ain't have no problem with these rappers talking like this. And then when someone righteous and tells you, I'm at the top of the cream, I'm at the top of the food chain, you won't accept it from him, but you accept it from a rapper. Yeah, if a rapper told you I'm at the top of the food chain, you sit there bobbing your head. That's actually a hot line, depending on what you do with it next. But, you know, this is what I'm saying. This is the contradiction as well. You got arrogance all throughout your community. You got arrogance everywhere, man. People just walk around arrogant, walk around prideful. You can't be serious. You can't be serious. The arrogance that's in the black community. But you sitting there hanging on my every word, thinking he's kind of arrogant. Well, I'll take it. I'll take it because I got to make people aware of the and differentiate myself from other people. I got to differentiate myself. Because at the end of the day, if you look at me strange, you can look at me crazy, you can think something wrong with me. But why I'm doing what you ain't doing though? That's all I'm saying. Why am I doing things that you not doing? If you so adequate, if you're so better than me, then why ain't you doing this? I want a real answer. You're not doing anything. Not comparable to like what I'm talking about. You're self-serving yourself. There are those who serve themselves. There are those who serve the community. How are you serving the community? Oh, you threw a recreation center up? You threw a recreation center up and you call that serving the community. That ain't nothing but another hangout for black people to smoke weed and meet girls and guys. That's all that is. In the hood, that's how you know I'm black. Man, those recreation centers that these rich folk buy are put in the hood, man, that ain't nothing but another hangout. You know, everybody smoke blunts and play basketball and meet boys and girls, man. That's all it is. That's all it becomes, man. Which is, some would say, more the problem. Yeah, let's be real. Let's talk about it. You want to talk about it, I can get into it. I can talk about all of it. That's why I don't have any superiors. My superiors is Jesus Christ, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. That's my superiors. All you people act like you over me, OG and me. How? You ain't look, first thing, let me address this. As far as all these OGs and all that talk, man, OGs provide opportunities. OGs provide opportunities, man. That's at the end of the day, that's what they do. If you sit up here calling yourself an OG and people calling you an OG, and you don't provide no opportunities, man, I don't call you no OG. You ain't no OG to me. I don't take that word lightly. That's like calling somebody a general to me. But you ain't lead nobody nowhere. You ain't provide no opportunity. I'm not hating on you. I'm not gonna hate on any one of you because it's beyond one individual. It's not a certain person. It's a problem in general. You know, when people walk around here talking about OG this, OG that, that's the big homie. Well, the big homie ain't providing no opportunities. The big homie is not providing opportunities. That's what big homies do, whether it's deceptive or not. Sometimes it's deceptive when the big homie provide opportunities. Sometimes it's not. Maybe they just looking out for you. But the bottom line is, what I feel is a real OG is somebody who provides opportunity for someone who esteem him as an OG. So if you ain't providing no opportunities for me, you ain't my OG. Man, come on, man. Stop playing, man. We being real about it or not? Are we gonna just throw it around saying stuff like that and it's not real, or not, are we gonna be real about it? Or it's gonna be real? That's why we don't have no system of it. If we had a system of per se OGs, I mean, outside of the gang culture, obviously, where people are providing opportunities, then we wouldn't have these people walking around talking about getting this respect that they don't deserve. That's the problem. You giving respect and passes and money even to people that are not, shouldn't be considered OGs because they're not providing anything. They're not providing. I would never call somebody an OG that I see not providing opportunities. I call you anything else but that. Anything else but an OG. Anybody, anything else but an OG. And that's for like, that's really with the streets. When I'm really addressing all these guys riding around, they got money, they're getting it right. They ride through the hood. Oh, that's OG right there. That's the OG. That's the big homie. But he riding by you, ain't providing no opportunities. But he getting your respect and getting esteemed as an OG in your neighborhood. But he ain't providing no opportunities. I mean, how does that work? How does that work for you is the better question. That don't work for me, man. Like, the only way I would open my mouth to call somebody an OG, you gotta be